You all may be seated. So I'm going to be talking about a gentleman named Kenneth, but I think most of you know him as Kenny. But if you hear Kenneth, that's this guy right here. We're glad that you're here. Kenneth and Jennifer are grateful that you have come to join them to celebrate and to wish them all the happiness and joy that comes with this thing that's called marriage and the joining of their family and this great opportunity to just tell them how much you love them. Thank you for coming. George, I have a question for you today, sir. Who gives this beautiful woman to be married to this handsome man? Excellent job. Hugs, kisses. Now you shake his hand. Let me take your flowers from you, please. Come join us right here. And step in, take hands with one another.
Take those?
What's your daughter? Do the honors, please. Let me join hands today, please. Jennifer and Kenneth, it is my pleasure to have gotten to speak with you by phone and to get to know some of your guests as we've been waiting for you. I've learned all kinds of stories that some I can repeat, some I shouldn't, but we're glad that you two have found the way to find your soulmate and that you decide today is the day that you wish to celebrate your anniversary for the next 1,000 years. You've chosen a ceremony that is one of my favorites because you don't really have to pay attention to anything that I have to say, because we talk about the things that are right here surrounding us. We draw some analogies from that so that later on you'll think about the sand and you'll say, there's something about that that's supposed to make our marriage stronger and make it so that we are more unified. And between the two of you, you'll come up with whatever story seems most appropriate, whether it was what I said or not, but that's okay. Today you have placed your footprints in the sand. And as we feel raindrops, we know that those footprints probably aren't going to last in this sand for very long. And you know, there's actually some things in marriage that are only supposed to be temporary, things that can be short-lasting. Those are the challenges, the struggles, the difficulties. We also call them fights. Those are the things that you want to have come and go as fast as footprints in sand. And as the two of you will recognize that as you conquer them once, the next time it comes along, you'll figure it out how to beat it, and it'll last even shorter, and the next time even shorter. And so those things are the temporary things. Maybe you might want to think about your marriage more like footprints placed in concrete. You know, that rock solidness, that steadfastness, that great foundation. And maybe when you get home, buy yourself a bag of concrete, whip it up, and put your footprints in that. Maybe place that plaque by the front door, maybe even the kids, so that you will all see each and every day those footprints and recognize that you have the choice that night, whether it's a sandy night or whether it's going to be a concrete night. You'll have figured out the ways to make it strong and lasting, like that plaque. So behind me we have the ocean, and of course you know it has its high tides and its low tides. If you guys recall in your science, you'll remember, you'll learn high tides and low tides happen about every 6 hours. Hopefully we don't see mood swings in this relationship every 6 hours, or I don't know which one to look at among the kids. It's okay. But just remember that in your relationship, your goal is not to always be at that high point. It's kind of unrealistic and it's very, very hard. And you don't want to be at the bottom either. But somewhere right in between is going to be that sweet spot, that place that works for the two of you. So that when you know that there's those days that things start getting a little wavy, you start seeing some things going up and down, just take a breath. And just like the water behind me, the energy that is there is not where you see the white part. It's right below the surface. And you can do that in your relationship too. Just relax, take a breath, and that's where you'll get the energy to find the ways to get through all those challenges. Today, we are going to start with your vows. These are your promises to one another. These are your commitments. And you might realize that these words, of course, are simply words, and they are a lot easier to say than they are to live out. But we're going to start with you. Kenneth, if you would, then please repeat after me. I, Kenneth, take you, Jennifer,
I, Kenneth, take you, Jennifer,
to be my wife,
to be my wife,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
for better or for worse,
for better or for worse,
in sickness and in health,
till
death do us part.
death do us part.
Jennifer, your turn now, if you would then, please. Please repeat after me then as well. I, Jennifer, take you, Kenneth,
I, Jennifer, take you, Kenny,
to be my husband,
to be my husband,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
for better or for worse,
for better or for better,
in sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health.
Should I say richer or poor?
No.
Okay. Till death do us part.
Till death do us part.
Very good. So I have your rings today, and they might be a little bit warm. They'll slide on easier that way, though.
Yeah, my hands are smaller.
Yeah. These rings are absolutely beautiful, and I know that when you were looking for rings, you were looking for something that symbolized perfection, but not so much for your own hand, but this perfection that you wanted to give away. And these rings then tell the world that today is the perfect day and the best day of your life, and of course that you would do this again tomorrow, the day after that, and each and every day. So Kenneth, I'm going to ask if you'll place this ring upon her left hand and repeat after me. Through this ring, I take you as my wife, for now and for all time. Easy peasy.
Oh.
So he did not paint his fingernail special for you to figure out which one to put it on, but he'll help you. If you'll place this upon his left hand and repeat after me. Through this ring, I take you as my husband, for now and for all time. All right, we're going to have all 5 of you and myself. We're going to come over to this table over here. If you want to again be those flowers back, I'll take them and you'll get to participate in this unity ceremony. So gather around so nobody's back is to the audience.
Kids are going to do this, right?
Yes. This is our unity ceremony, and we're each going to be able to take some sand and add it to the sand that's here from this beach. This is your foundation. This is where you're starting. And that this sand represents each of you then as individuals. And now you'll be coming together then and creating a beautiful symbol of your family. So I'm going to guess this one is probably for you. Blue. Okay. This represents your past, your present, and your future. And you kids, you're going to share this. We're going to let Mom and Dad go ahead and start pouring first. You can pour at the same time. You can take turns, however you want to do it. And then you can instruct the kids then to pour their sand. Hold on there.
Go ahead.
And we want to fill that all the way up. So everybody gets to take a turn. Don't be afraid.
Go ahead. Support. Keep going. Keep going.
Slow down, sister.
All right, pour a lot in there. Pour a lot.
Fill her up. There's no more room. It's so full. That's okay, we're good.
All right, watch out here, please. So you have made a beautiful creation. We actually see a whole lot of the kids in this, but on this side we got a surprise for you. We see the parents are equally represented. They get their point, right? You guys get that? So understand that as you all have poured, you've created this keepsake that you want to keep away from soccer balls and cats. But you get to look at this from a different angle and remember that everybody that's here took part in this, and you're all going to be equal together. I just have one question. Could you take your sand and put it back in its own container by itself?
No.
It's a rhetorical question. But of course you can't. And in the same way, let nothing or no one try to divide and separate your family. Would you do the honors, please? Let's all go back and join our guests. Thank you. You guys ready? It's about to get real. Jennifer and Kenneth, as today you have shared in some special words, it wasn't really my words that were so special, nor was it the words that were coming through your lips that were as clear and as loud as the language that's coming through the sharing, the way you guys have stared and gazed and winked, and the way you've held hands and the caressing with the thumb, and she's got a bit of a death grip as well. That tells me you can wait no longer. So it's by the power vested in me by the state of Florida, I now pronounce you as husband and wife. You may now kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and give it up for Kenneth and Jennifer. Congratulations. Wait. Have you guys wait? Don't go yet.
We gotta do the pictures, yeah.
Don't go yet.
Look at me, guys. Look at me. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Take her by the waist there. No, one more. Oh, jeez. Longer. Kiss her. Love it. Done. Now you can go and come out for picture. Thank you.
Guys, same with me.
Never has.
Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I was.
Handbrake, though. It is good.